the takeover, man. We taking over right now. Let's go. This that late night we get lifted. Yeah. This that club night we up in there. Yeah. This that counting cash the whole year. Yeah. This that take this town with no fear. Take over now. We taking over this town right now. Not now. Taking over right now. Right now. We taking over this town right now. Right now. Taking over right now. Let's go.
Blue shoes.
Oh, man.
We off and running. Disrespectful episode 2. Eric Williams, let's go!
Oh man, say his name again.
Eric Williams! Clap it up, my man.
Clap it up for Eric Williams, man. My last name Williams too, bro. We all found out to be family or something. I don't know.
Gotta check them roots, right?
Yeah,
See where we go from there. Yeah.
I know Kunti Kinte was my uncle, you know what I mean? My great uncle, you know what I mean?
He just pulled out the family tree.
But yeah, man, we here, man. You know what I mean? I'm definitely excited. Can you please just explain to the people, you know, your name and what you represent, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah. So thanks for having me. Thanks, sis.
Thank you.
You
for
were
being
just
here,
on mine.
yes.
I think it's
Yes.
dope, man, when you could be the interviewee. So all good, though, man. Love to y'all. Eric Williams here, founder and humanitarian Project Elijah Empowering Autism. Humanitarian.
That's amazing.
Wrap it up.
Thank you. Sorry. Humanitarian is my self-proclaimed title, so it means rich from effort and not by fortune. So I don't do this for the money, the notoriety. I just do it on the strength of I'm an autism dad, philanthropist, you name it, trying to better the population that I serve. So it's also Project Elijah Empowering Autism. This is our 21st year. Started it back in 2004. Named after my son Elijah. He's 27. So back then, autism wasn't getting the notoriety that it's getting now. Absolutely. It's everywhere now.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Back then, you ain't even hear of it.
Yeah.
And then back then, it was a relation. You know the movie Rain Man?
Yeah.
Dustin
Great
Hoffman.
movie.
I thought Elijah was going to have like this talent. I thought he was going to be this savant.
Right.
So that's all we knew about Rain Man
Right.
and autism.
Right.
That wasn't the case. It was a sad reality.
Wow.
But at PIA, we host free year-round education, recreation programs for families with autism. I don't say disabilities or special needs. I recoined the phrase and say unique abilities.
There you go.
That's fire. You clap that. Clap up for that.
Clap it up for everybody.
Definitely.
So if you spend time with them, there's a uniqueness about them.
Absolutely.
That's
The
fine.
only way you're going to find it out if you invest the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Time don't
Shout
cost nothing but time.
Shout out my brother Muka's so dope. He just sent me he's autistic.
Mookers.
Okay.
Shout out Muka's.
Hey.
I'm about to do a song with him. And he's excited, and I think me giving him this chance is about to be super big for him. And I got inspiration from Drake on his song On the Tuesday with Mac, I think his name McConan or something. And he's autistic, and I seen Drake jump on there, and I was like, that was big for him to do that for that young man. So I wanted to do that. I'm the Drake where I'm from, so I had to jump on this song with this young man, and this young man got a hit. And now that I'm on it, he gonna get the recognition he deserves.
Yeah, Mookers is a
From,
nasty.
you know what I mean? So I'm trying to run his numbers up and get him right. Shout out Mookers, man. You know,
Shout
I
out.
talk to you all night, man. You know what it is, bro. I got your back. But yeah, man, we definitely representing for autistic. And like I said, what do you call it again? That you said that
Unique ability.
unique ability.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody with unique
That
abilities.
recoining of that phrase is just going to add so much positivity.
It
Yeah, and I
honors
like
him.
that.
You know what?
Yeah.
It honors him instead of takes away
Yeah.
from him.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, because when you hear special needs or disability, a red flag goes off, right?
Right.
Neurological set in like, yo, this may be a situation that I don't know I'm ready for this.
Mhm.
But unique abilities give it that twist.
Yeah.
And it's going to hold your attention span long enough that it creates some curiosity.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
word I was just trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Elijah and Levi, if you say special needs or he got a disability, you're like, damn. I gotta get all of these things together. I gotta get all my ducks in a row before I could go interact with them.
Right.
But if you say unique abilities, like, all right, Chante, what's the uniqueness about
Right.
And it's wild that you say that, because a lot of people that I do know who are autistic, and shout out to Khalil. I don't know if Khalil's watching. I would love to have Khalil.
Shout out
Khalil.
Yeah,
This is my Michelle,
Yeah,
runs that nonprofit
yeah.
Autism 911.
Spectrum.
Spectrum. I'm sorry, Michelle, don't kill me. Spectrum 911,
Yeah.
where they do a lot of resources
Yeah.
for people in the community. I think mostly for West Philly, because her and Levine, they do like a collaborative thing a lot of times too. But the one I want to say, like, me and you've been following each other for a long time. We didn't actually meet each other face to face until Levine's foundation we were both honorees 3 years ago.
Shout out to that.
That's dope.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was for Jordan A. Smith's foundation, which is Levine runs that foundation that's named after her son.
But shout out Jordan A. Smith.
Levine, if you're watching, give me some time slots because we want you on the show too. Because
that's what's up.
If I gotta say who another OG in our community is a pillar, I always tell her she's a pillar in the community.
Absolutely.
As well as you, because you don't get enough flowers. But I think the main reason why we wanted you on the show, and personally why I wanted you on the show, is important to get a dad's point of view of raising a child on the spectrum. You know, you see a lot of us moms out here advocating and being a part of the community, but I think it's important to get a father's point of view, because mom and dads have different points of view of raising their kids. So it's very important to get, you know, your point of view of, you know, and you're talking about your son's 27. So we gotta go back 20 plus years of like, where was it at for you and Elijah at that time? Once when he was diagnosed, and what were the resources, or what motivated you to be where you're at now?
Yeah. So back then, there wasn't all of that technology that you have now. We were just talking about
Right,
that.
exactly.
You could hit this and you could be on the other side of the world. You could get this, you could tap into any kind of higher learning university. Back when I was there, it was an encyclopedia. Yeah, it was a dictionary. And you had to get your boots.
AskJeeves.com.
And you had to get your boots on the ground to go do the legwork. So when I found out, so at that time, when Elijah was diagnosed at 3, I had 2 older sons.
Okay.
So his pediatrician was like, don't push the panic button because you got 2 older ones. They're cool. Don't worry about it. And he was like, boys progress slower than girls. But you know, as a dad, you connected. I'm like, yo, something ain't right. And I was sitting at night about 2 a.m. watching this infomercial. And they started talking about autism. Classic sign, flapping your, you know, stemming and, you know, all of that repetitive behavior. And I said, damn, that's what he has. He was sensitive. I couldn't even hug him. Couldn't hold his hands and nothing.
That's how Levi was when he was young.
And I was like, yo, let me rush him back to doc. And then I was finally cool with, now I could associate him with something. Not even knowing that once he gets his diagnosis, because I'm sure that's what he has, I'm in an untapped world.
Wow.
So now, as I was looking to get these services for Elijah after his diagnosis, I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
You know, a lot of frustration, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of insomnia. But then I was like, yo, and I was in denial. Elijah would do stuff out in public. I didn't want to take him out in public first. Because I'm a dad. You know, men, we fixers.
Sure.
Yeah,
We're problem solvers. We got to have the answer to everything.
Right.
And then the pride in us would say, you know what, I don't even know that. But we're going to give some kind of shoddy answer.
Right.
Because this part of it, I was unemotionally available for Elijah and my family at the time.
Right.
So I was just giving answers like, yo, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, to be honest.
Right.
So then once I got out of denial and we had a family breakup where, you know, Elijah's mom, she does an amazing job with him. And I wasn't the best dad from there. So we kind of like, all right, now let me start this journey. I messed our personal relationship up, but let me start this journey, you know, because of him. And then that's when my light went off. So now it was about helping Elijah, but then it was about helping somebody else. So if you came up and I was like, but damn, your son got something. Let me look at you. Yo, bro, listen, let me ask you a touchy question. You cool with it?
Right.
Either we gonna jump up in my face and be like, yo, that ain't me.
Right.
Or you gonna like, yo, bro, like, for real, like, you too?
Right.
And then we're gonna start a platform. And that's how it evolved. When Elijah was going to Penrose Elementary, I said, you know what? I got enough courage now. I wrote a questionnaire. I'm thinking about starting these programs, these services. If I start them, would you be in support of them? If so, what days of the week would you want? What time of the day you want? What would you like to see? I sent probably 8 surveys out to my PO, to families. I didn't get anything, right? 6 months later, my PO box, truth, I had almost 400 responses.
Wow.
Somehow it got through the school district and families was just getting it.
Right.
Yo, we need this. We need it. And I'm like, yo, I'm on to something now.
Right.
Yeah. So I rented out my old, a gym, auditorium at my old school, Sarah High School, 58th and Walnut. I got all of this food. I got a mic. I got this. I'm waiting for the masses to come in. It was 2 people coming.
That's the drawback when you.
That's the drawback.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, all right, it was my mom, my brother, and Elijah. And I'm like, damn, I got all of this food, all of this, but let me keep going.
Absolutely.
So I did that for about a year. Nobody came.
Right.
My mom was like, yo, you know you don't have to do this. And I was like, yeah, I have to. I was trying to help people, but I needed help. And I was just scared to admit that.
Wow.
My last day when I was packing up, 100 people came through.
Wow.
Yo, we want you to do this. We heard you about this. I really didn't know how I felt about it. You in the hood, you don't have nothing quality. You're a young black boy. You can't be talking about nothing.
Right.
I'm wasting my time. But then when they saw me keep grinding, so again, social media wasn't out there.
Right.
I'm passing out flyers. I'm sticking them in car windows.
Consistency.
Listen,
Yeah, and we just kept
I remember
pounding
those
the
days.
pavement. And then from there,
Mm-hmm.
started doing some meetings about 3 months. Then I had all of the autistic, unique population there in the corner. And I'm talking to the parent, and I'm like, well, damn, I got these ones over here. I ain't doing nothing with them. I'm here for them. I took a break. Parents, y'all not degress, but y'all sit there. I played ball, took them in the gym. We started playing basketball. If you would have saw their joy, I got it. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Right.
Let me take them in here
Right.
on the off. Let me work with y'all families there. And then
Right.
that's how Pia.
You became a balance.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
an amazing
basketball,
story.
tennis,
Amazing
golf.
story.
Clap it up. For
Yeah,
that.
that's an amazing
Appreciate it. Yeah, we teach kids how to DJ, make music, improv acting. Took kids to DC, visited the Smithsonian, the U.S. Capitol. We're not going to Capitol now. But back then, you know, when the other administration was in,
Sure.
you know, we had an amazing time, man. Yeah, so all my stuff comes from lived experience.
No, definitely.
So,
And
so,
good.
and
No,
we're-
I just
Right.
want to pick your brain because you said the improv acting because you know Levi, but and the DJ, yes.
Listen,
So we gotta off.
we did an improv clinic, and I was like, but damn, I look at Levi and Elijah's and all the others. It's not even about me putting a program together for Elijah, but I'm looking at Levi
Mm-hmm.
and I'm seeing things in him, and I was like, yo, let me try to find something that it kind of meet in the middle, right? So we about to do a fashion show at our gala, and then a fashion show is just the self-awareness, gross motor, your cognitive, your speech, your socialization. Now, shit, I could tackle 5, 6 things in one time.
Yeah. Oh, and please go into detail about that because you told me
All
off
right.
camera
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the
yeah,
gala
yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah,
did
yeah,
one last
for
year,
sure.
which was great. But yeah, going to
Last year, now you was there last year.
Yes, I was there last
was
year.
hot.
And yeah,
It was hot.
DJ Blake was burning
Yeah,
on the ones
gotta
and twos.
Yo,
remember?
he's nasty. Yo, shout out DJ Blake.
Yes.
Listen,
That's,
Shout
if
out
you don't know
DJ
who that
Blake.
kid is, look him. That kid is
And he has
incredible.
an Instagram page, right?
Yo,
Yeah,
this
he got everything.
little kid.
He
How
was
old is he?
18.
How old?
18.
18.
He's 18 now?
Bro,
Oh,
you see
wow.
this kid on the
Yeah.
he's got it down pat. Like
Right,
you'd
right.
think like he would like
Right.
he's a production.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
think like how I do
The
my
whole situation.
how I do my
Yeah, how you
battles
beat
and throw
back.
my
Yeah,
hair
exactly,
around.
exactly.
No.
Mhm.
This kid takes it to the next level DJing.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
listen, he's got it timed just perfect. Like we went to your one event and somebody said something funny and he had the sound effect.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, like how did he have that ready?
Yeah, listen.
How did he have that ready?
Shout out. True
How did
support.
he know?
So they
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Jersey, right? When Vice President Harris last November was running for the office.
Yeah.
So they was over in Jersey. His favorite DJ is Jazzy Jeff.
Oh,
So I was like, all
Really?
right, I got a connection with all of that, right? So I told his mom and dad, listen, bring Blake over. I got something special for him.
mm-hmm.
I didn't tell him what it is. I said, don't mention it. So I got Blake to come there. So I talked to Charlie Mack. I was like, Charlie Mack, listen, and Dane Jordan, Jeff's MC. I was like, listen, this is idol right here. It'd do so much wonders for him because he was kind of having overstimulated day. So I was like, all right, let's do it. So I said, Blake, you ready? You ready? I said, Blake, you gonna meet Jazzy Jeff. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It was like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeff came out. So I was like, Jeff, I want you to meet my man, DJ Blake. It was the most heartwarming thing. It would have brought you to tears, right? So it goes deeper.
Bro, I'm about to cry right now. Like,
So listen,
listen, your idol.
it goes deeper. After Jeff went, right, the guy Rakim came out.
Oh.
So I said, Rakim, I said, this is my man, DJ Blake. I just introduced him to Jeff. He started going, It's been a long time. Shouldn't have. He started going to spelling.
For him.
Yeah, and Rakim was like, "Yo," put his hand around him. It gets better. So Rakim leaves, and then Big Daddy Kane came up.
Oh, this is a dream come true. It's over.
I show it to you.
Hit the
Kane came up.
What?
I was like,
Half-court
"Yo,
What?
half court shot. That was the half court shot right there.
And he was like right there with them, man. And that was kind of like my make a wish.
Yeah, that's
moment.
amazing. Yo,
To see
if we were
this
ever
kid.
gonna clap for that.
Yeah,
that is incredible.
Yeah, so
That is
shout
incredible.
out to Jeff, to Dane Jordan, to Kane, to the guy Rakim. Like,
That is incredible.
yo,
Wow.
and all of the DJs
Wow.
that came up and showed them some love, man. Like you could go on I'll send it to you. But it's on my Facebook, my social media pages, and it was just the most heartwarming moment to help.
He'll
him
never
out.
forget that.
Yeah,
Never
he made
forget
that
that,
happen
man.
for him.
He's taking that all the way.
He met a lot of people
Yeah.
he didn't even know he
Mhm.
needed to meet after he met the person he always wanted to meet.
Yeah.
And that right there in itself is like, now you in the industry on your own
Yeah.
mind. You in your own mind. You're in
Yeah.
the industry in your own mind at that point.
Yeah,
Who else
man.
do you need to meet to
Right.
give you validation after that?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you helped him get the validation he needed to be able to go forward
Yeah, I'll
without
show you
worrying
the
about what
video after
nobody's
this,
saying.
man.
Yeah.
It was amazing, man.
But I just want to give you your flowers, Eric, because we both come from, the community and supporting a community that our kids are a part of. And we do it because we love our kids. And
Yeah.
we want to be the people that didn't show up for us when we needed it in the beginning of our kids' journey. And, both, even though he's 27, he's still on his journey. Levi's 12, he's still growing and developing and, finding himself. But I appreciate everything that you have done and continue to do for our kids. It's
Yeah.
very selfless. It's a lot of time. And we talked about this off camera. When we do things for the community, people just think like, oh, that's cute. You're up there getting an award. Yay. But like, when I get up every single day, I don't think about how many awards I'm going to rack up. I get
we
up
don't do it
because,
for that.
yeah, I get up because I want my son to see his mom never quit on him.
There it is.
Not quitting on what I believe in the most, and that's the child that I brought into this world.
Exactly.
Because like if we don't instill, and that's all of us as parents, if we don't instill how much we believe in our kids, the world's not going to do that for them.
No.
The world is
Yeah,
cruel.
we gotta be there
This
advocates.
is
Right.
so, it's so
Yeah.
real.
Right.
My daughter just said to me, Daddy, I'm gonna be just like you. I'm never gonna give up on my dreams.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And yo, it dropped my whole heart. Y'all, I swear, if y'all ever see my daughter say something to me, I turn into a whole other person. Right? Y'all don't want people to see that. It's like
All
I'm
emotional.
vulnerable. I'm real
Yeah,
vulnerable,
yeah.
right?
And that's
But
dope.
that's
for her
push
to
over
say
you.
that,
You'll
though,
push
you know,
over.
like I just did a show in Tropicana last night, and shout out to the casinos and everybody who's been showing us love in Atlantic City because they champion me. In
Shout out
Atlantic
AC.
City. Shout out AC. Right, but my consistency, and then I bumped into the drop mic yesterday. It made me think to myself, like, yo, if I don't get up and come out here, I'm not going to reap these benefits
Absolutely.
and get these blessings. And that's what I want my daughter to understand. You know what I mean? You got to get up and go, baby. I know that you're beautiful and you feel like you should get everything on the silver platter and how it should be. But listen, you're going to have to work, boo. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And she putting her best foot forward. She on the honor roll every year of her whole life. She's never been off the honor roll. She probably had a merit roll from 2 B's or something
Right.
because of whatever she didn't understand on this test. But she has two best friends and she sticks with her little script. And I'm only saying that to say this, that like she said, our kids mean the world does. You cannot give up on your kid. The day they see you give up, now they're gonna reach for somebody else.
Yeah.
That somebody
There
else
it
might
is.
be dangerous. That somebody else might be vindictive. That somebody else might be manipulative. And it's up to you to handle your business with your kids. man.
Absolutely,
And
man.
so
man.
let's clap it up for all our kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gio, Levi, everybody that we got to
Gio.
take care of. We all champion ours. So we a village over here. We help raise all our kids. I'm gonna help raise his. He gonna help raise mine.
Yeah.
We gonna help raise. This is what we do in my circle. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
That's
it's
what's
a
up,
blessing.
man. Yeah. Shout out to my son Evan. Today is his 29th birthday.
Oh man,
Oh,
congratulations, Evan.
Happy birthday, my brother. Happy birthday.
Yeah, he probably tuning in.
They just showing how young you is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he's not even my oldest.
So what's coming in the future for Pia?
So we're gonna start back up in January.
Okay.
With our athletic, our basketball program at Philly Youth Basketball twice a month. And then we're gonna get into our fashion show clinics.
Okay.
So those that that are in our circle. I'm a designated few, and we're going to go through these clinics in preparation for our gala, because we're going to do a gala in the spring. Can't give away the dates just yet because it's still under contract. And the venue and all of that is going to be amazing. So we did this last year in West Philly, 59th and Market, in the community center, straddling the fence about how we don't come out and support, as you just alluded to. And right when I was ready, my partner and I, we was going to cancel, we sold 10 tickets. And then we wound up selling 5 more, and then a batch of 5. And then it was like, all right, 20, although we define success in numbers sometimes, right? But then I was like, all right, well, we can get away with it because it's 20. We don't want to be crowded anyway with the unique ability population.
Right.
The day before that Friday, we sold 50 tickets.
Right. Yeah, it was a nice turnout. Yeah.
Now we had 75. And then
that's a nice little crowd.
The day of, we probably had about 30 to 40 that walk up there. We had to turn away.
They just walk in.
Oh, okay. Wow. So I'm like, all right. And then council representative, they're sending their staff in. Right. I don't know how they got it, but they're in there. And I was like, okay, we take it.
Right, absolutely.
And then from that momentum, and then now, had I sold tickets, had I announced the gala for next year, we would have sold out right then and there, which is good because we continue to move. And then I put out a little promo video, 1 minute, in case you missed it. Yeah. And then now my joint just go off. Yo, when is this? When is that? And you was there. Y'all had them. We was getting it in, right? Blake was doing his thing. We had a great menu. Yo, the lighting, everything was just picture perfect. So now with that being said, we outgrew that space. So now we're looking to go from a 75 to 100 to 200, 250. Yeah. So strategically changing the whole venue because I had to keep it moderate price in West Philly. Sure. Right. In the hood with street parking.
Exactly.
I can't charge it as
right. You can't charge it like for Wells Fargo.
Yeah, because it's really not about making the money. We got grant money, we got some donations, some sponsorship package. So it kind of level out at the end of the day, but it is a business.
Right.
Sure. So to get where we need to be,
right, you still
venue, yeah. Correct. So hopefully be announcing that within like a week or two.
Okay.
I'll tell y'all off camera. You know, we can hold our water. It's all good, but it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
I promise you that.
Let's clap it up for that.
I'm excited. Yep. So we got that coming up. We're also going to take a trip to New York, Baltimore, and DC.
Nice.
Okay.
So we're working with a transportation company, a partnership.
Nice.
You got the vehicles for free whenever you need it. So we're working on those type of things, just to leverage where we are after 21 years. And then I also just about to launch a starter organization, Unique Abilities Mobile Assist. So it's a mobile, it's a multi-phase platform combining AI technology, training, virtual and in-person, respite services, sensory amenities by way of a mobile app for those with unique abilities who attend live events.
That is lit.
That's fire.
That is lit.
It's real. I can talk about it because I got the patent, I got the copyright. We can talk about it.
There you go.
So I own what it is.
Get your paperwork straight.
Yes. Hey, yo, man, make sure you back up your talk with your walk.
Yeah.
Baby. And that's what paperwork is. It's the walk.
Yep. Baby. So we're going to launch that Q1 of next year. But it's going to be, so if you was to go, give you an example. So you and Levi was to go to the Sixers game tonight. I know before you go, you would take the app, you would click, you would check in. Everything else from there, and it just guides you through the prompts. But it's going to be a dope app. I can't really talk that much about it.
Right.
But I did share that. So yeah, it's all good.
That's fire, man.
That's real dope, man.
Yeah.
Yo, thinkers are thinking. You understand? You can either sit here with a dead brain, or you can let the motor run in your mind. And people, if you're just sitting on dead energy, man, you're not going to be living the life you want to live. Yo, please wake up, y'all. Dead energy is not going to help anybody.
You know what it is? A lot of people, and, I'm guilty of it, over years of sitting around and waiting for things to come to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's, as I got older and when I had a child, that's when I realized, okay, I got to really, because it was no longer just about me, right? When you're single and you have nothing and it's just you, all right, I'll just eat a cheeseburger and I'm good. Yeah. But then when you when you bring a seed into the world and you have a family, now it's all right, breakfast, lunch, dinner, homework, shower. You got a whole routine now, you know what I'm saying? And, I think a lot of people fall into that rut where they basically wait, you look at it from a music side, like guys wait for Jay-Z to knock on the door and bring them the record deal.
Yeah.
No, you got to go get it because, like we were talking about it before, the world's not going to meet you halfway.
Nobody's not here.
They're gonna, if anything, they're going to try to hold you back
Yeah.
because everybody wants that same piece of, they want the trophy.
And another thing, no higher ups is going to beg you to be successful.
No,
You better come with the
No.
most infamous energy to be successful in front of them because they already been there and done that. They not about to coach nobody through being successful. You better be ready and you better have an honorable mention
It's like
as far as them. Because if you're not showing them, whoever your higher up is, don't try to cutthroat them. Whoever your higher up is, honor them, show them love. Because I'm telling you, your higher up can blackball you. You understand what I'm saying? So I want y'all to not fall in the trap. Don't mess with the wrong person. The person who's helping you, don't bite the hand that feeds you. If you got to bow out gracefully. Do not bite the hand that feeds you. That's just a no-no, okay? Because you're not going to get no results that you want from it. And I don't want to see none of my people going down no more over wrong decisions.
Right, and then you don't want to have that where you bite the hand that feeds you, and then that becomes your reputation, where people are like, oh, so what happened with that? Oh, well, this, and this. Oh, whoa.
Well,
I don't want to deal with that person now because that's bad business.
Hearing that one time can stick with you. It's just like if you hear somebody snitch or something. One time, it'll stick with them. I don't care. They can even bring the paperwork out. He did.
Oh, yeah.
But at one time, it can stick with you, and it becomes a stigma. You do not want that. So please keep your energy right. Make sure when somebody's helping you that you honor that help and you give that back in tenfold when you can, because it's not about getting, it's about the give and the take. And I would rather give than take. So hopefully, people can understand that. So my brother, yes, man. Back to you. Definitely knowing that this is going where it's going for you right now. So what do you see for yourself in like the next year or two, like with this situation?
Really turning PIA into a worldwide program.
There we go.
Because we're looking at now expanding. We got unofficial pockets of programs throughout the U.S. now, and then there's been discussion to take it to Africa.
Global success. There we go.
There it is. Ghana, Cameroon, Angola.
There you go. There you go.
The UK.
Yeah, there's a whole world out there.
Thailand.
Populations all over that I interact with. So there's been discussions about that and how to make it work from a worldwide level. But my hesitancy right now is until I'm satisfied with how Philadelphia is in my community, because this is really going to serve as a blueprint.
Sure.
Of how we can, if you're in wherever you are, there's the blueprint. Let's get your network. And bam, we roll it out.
Right, so Philly would be like the flagship.
Yeah, and the next
home base.
So that's like the capital.
Yeah.
Philly's gonna be like the capital of this situation.
Yeah, the whole Bible in a sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it,
and that's great because Philly gets such a black eye on so much, BS from the crime, the murders, and it's like the minute you turn on the news, the first thing they say, break the news, and it's got to be something bad, a house fire or something. So for Philly to actually have something like this to be, headquarters, home base, that's amazing. And like you said, you're not thinking locally no more. You're thinking globally.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do. That's what big business is. Like Walmart wasn't just happy with just one. It's like, or the movie, the McDonald's movie, The Founder, where the two brothers wanted to just, we're happy with this one restaurant. The other guy, and the guy comes through, Ray Kroc, and says, no, I see a different vision for McDonald's. He said, I see more McDonald's on corners than stop signs.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were like, that'll never happen. And here we go.
And then also, Chante, she just reminded me of something. So in 2023, I came out with the autistic person area street sign.
Yes. I took a picture.
Based
Remember
off
I was taking
yeah.
pictures?
Okay,
so
that's
I came out
huge.
with that,
I'm gonna shake your hand, bro, because that's dope.
Yeah.
Like
No,
that's
we were in the
really
car
dope.
and I
And
said,
that's
I want to see
crazy.
that before we go.
I showed it to you. Yeah, and I came up with that. The unfortunate, I think it's 2020. Well, Walter Wallace,
Okay.
the young man in West Philly, he didn't have autism. He had a unique ability.
Okay.
That was right around the corner from where I grew up.
Okay.
I got there at the tail end of what happened, and the young man lost his life right there.
Wow.
So as I'm looking at it and seeing my community, like, yo, that could have been something that could have prevented, that could have been a red flag, a red flag for first time responders. And I thought of, even if it was a visual cue of something, pack your patience.
Anything.
Because you're going to encounter something that could be a little different than what you used to.
Right.
Wow.
First time responder, they just go.
Right.
So that was just the first layer, the sign. Now we looking to register them, with the police district and the station. So when they get the call,
Right.
a young man live at 123 4th Street. Oh yeah, somebody on the block. Let's do a little something.
Right.
So I went to my friend, shout out to Derek Green. He was a council member at large. His son Julian has a unique ability.
Okay.
At the time I went into his office and I was like, Derek, this is what I want to do. Turn me over to the streets department. So forth. We started a pilot project. 150 something signs later, we all up around Philly.
Wow.
And then now other cities and states, yo, this is only for Philly residents. How do I get this in South Carolina? How
Sure.
do I get this in Rhode Island?
Absolutely.
In the state of California, now we're going to try to work on it, work with the Philly Streets Department to how can they get signs? What's the budget like? That costs $227
Right.
per sign.
Mm-hmm.
You could get it off of Amazon for 20, but it's illegal to put up.
Gotcha.
So how do you cut that red tape down to make it so it doesn't cost you, because you're trying to do something good for your loved one, me, and those John and Jane Does all across the country.
Right.
So how do we get that? And that's like a federal project, shall I say? But that's another thing that we have in 2026.
And I got another question. Philly does get a bad rep as a city. Like we people don't like us. People don't like the city. People who us as citizens, we have our gripes about the city. But one thing I do notice is that when you talk to other families that live in other states and they look at the city as a whole for the autism community and the resources here, we have so many organizations for various different needs for the families. Like the main question I want to ask you, and I get asked this a lot on social media, is we don't know a lot about like a lot of the resources here until we're in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Once our kids start getting services, and it's like a domino effect. But what would you say to families who are watching right now that they have a child that's newly diagnosed or about to get evaluated? What's the easiest way to like tap in to get resources? Would you say like you're the first person to like, let me just try to reach out to Pia first to see what's out there? How would you advise parents to?
Yeah, so that's the $1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that in 21 years of doing this and 27 years of a father, that's always going to be a challenge.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing is denial. Like you got to be willing, right? And it's the passionate part
Mm-hmm.
of saying, I can't fix this. Right. But this is my situation and you got to live it every day. We just talked about this prior to this, like
Mm-hmm.
the services that we got to go through, the hurdles that you got to jump.
Right.
You just got to stay jumping them.
Right.
Because you're not going to get that result right on the other side. The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Right. Right.
To get services, to get evaluations. We're working on an evaluation clinic. So I'm gonna break off a little bit as I answer.
Yeah.
We're working on an evaluation clinic because our projected timeline for when to get diagnosed, anywhere from 1 to 5 years.
Right.
Right. So that means 5 years, you got to live with your loved one. They have a unique ability, but all of the red tape is going to take you 60 months, damn near.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And you can't get services without that.
Yep.
So a lot of people, they get in their mind, that's rejection.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just stop fighting.
Wow.
Exactly. Yep.
They just stop fighting. And then you think about it. You got to work. You got all of these things that you got to do. You can't take time off for work because you may not have a job.
Correct.
Right. Your household demographic could be single parent, could be no parent, could be grandma, could be whatever.
Right.
Low to moderate income families, because that's what our population that we serve.
Right. They could be homeless. I mean, that's
Could be
another
all of these things you got to consider.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, well, damn, now I still got to go and go down to court. I got to go to hearing. I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that part of the denial, you got to make a commitment.
Absolutely.
And you got to pack your patience because it's not nothing that's going to happen overnight.
Don't I know?
But yet, you got to live with your situation every
day.
Every day.
Yep.
So why complain? You got to keep jumping them hurdles, like he said.
Yeah, and that takes experience too.
Right.
Like I gave up a couple times, to be honest. But then I was like, yo, I'm giving up because I'm tired. But look at Elijah.
Right.
He ain't giving up. He's smiling.
Right.
Look at Levi.
Absolutely.
They want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was plenty
So
of times.
it'll be to our detriment if we stop. Like you just talked about your daughter.
Right.
And your child. Like, if we gonna stop trying to do that, granted, we all make mistakes.
Right.
We all gonna get that burnout. We all gonna get this.
Right.
Stuff not gonna go out. It's just how nature is.
That's
Right.
how
Life
it
is. Life is life.
Absolutely.
But
God's
look
not
at
gonna
them.
give you
Look
too
at
much.
them.
You're not gonna put too much on your
Yeah.
plate.
So,
See, I look at things as a whole. He's not gonna put too much on your plate. Whatever he giving you is for you. It's literally for you, and it's for your intuition and it's for your energy to hold that down. You know, he gives you it.
I mean, I want to play devil's advocate
Right.
on that, because it's very easy to tell someone who is struggling, and I'm saying this to everyone who's watching,
Right.
and as a parent, a single parent that was raising Levi by myself, because that resonated when you're saying, like, you know, you got to get up and go to work. I didn't have the family support structure.
Yeah.
And yes, God will give you what you can handle, but you're not trying to hear that.
Right.
in the
Right.
moment.
At that point, yeah, of course.
I'm just being really
Of
honest.
course,
You're really not
of
trying to
course.
hear that when you're burnt out.
Right.
I'm working 2 jobs, and I
Right.
was. My son is nonverbal at the time. The school that's supposed to be helping, they're looking at my child as a problem child. They're not really trying to understand him. I'm literally banging my head
Right.
and screaming out into the wind. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Or the best analogy, like I told my professor earlier, I was literally drowning, and people were standing at the shore with the lifesaver and not throwing it to me. They're just like, "You can swim. Come on, you got it." That's what it felt like for a good 5-6 years. And I'm just like, "Yeah, I got it," because no one else is going to help me. So God can give you so much you can handle, and we are His strongest soldiers. But in the moment, you're not trying to hear nothing.
Yeah, you
because
definitely not trying to.
there's resources. And that's why I was asking you. There's families that are never going to get their kid evaluated because I got to do this, and then I got to go to work. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And I got to take them to school. Yeah, I'm not trying to do nothing.
Yeah, and then I would say the second part of that,
dedication.
tap into somebody that know.
Yeah.
You know, like one of the things that I don't necessarily say that P struggles, and I stopped looking at turnout being in numbers. The misconception of because it's by a black man and we doing this and it's in the hood, it's not a good program. It's not a good fit for them, but they rather go to the burbs and pay their money through their insurance, which we don't charge any.
Yeah.
And they go for 30 minutes, an hour, maybe 90 minutes a week, every other week or something, or once a month, you know, and then for what they're getting, you're getting service in a professional setting.
Yeah.
Are you really getting somebody that care about you?
Right.
That's
Or they just there for, right.
Yep. So they collecting checks.
Right, they're there for the money.
Set up,
During COVID, I attended a psych eval, and this psychology team, not gonna name the university. They getting $5.95 out for like 45 minutes after it's a billable insurance, and they've been with my client for 7 years and they ain't done nothing.
That's
So
crazy.
now I'm on the back end writing questions, charge them, ask them this, ask them that, ask them this.
Right.
They're gonna punch that clock and they're gonna roll out.
Right.
They ain't really thinking about it.
No,
They
it's just a
get
job.
Yep.
It's the
It's
job.
a job. You know what I'm saying? And to piggyback off what you said, like, you know, saying like, you know, like you don't want to hear, you know, the strongest soldier thing when you're going through it and all that. But you know what? Everybody's not fit to be that soldier, right? So you need people like you. You need people like you.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if it's got to start somewhere, right? And I'm getting all the knowledge right now. I'm getting educated right now. This is a master class right now for me. So, you know,
It's a TED Talk.
right, absolutely. And I appreciate both of you. And, you know, you write, you're an author. You write books. You're starting from the ground up. You're starting with children. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're starting basketball programs and stuff. Like, it's got to start somewhere. Right? Because if everybody just keeps sitting there with their arms folded saying, man, I hope somebody does it sooner or later. I hope somebody does it. Nobody's going to do it.
Yeah.
You guys are already doing it.
Yeah.
You got the signs up. So earlier when you were saying, you know, oh, I wasn't the best dad. Okay, I think you were a better dad. I don't think you don't need to be the best. I think you were a better dad because how many dads out there that don't even interact with their children? How many dads walk out the door and never come back?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was one of the lucky ones. I was lucky that my dad stayed. My dad was a soldier. You know what I'm saying?
Too.
My dad worked to the day he died. My dad was 80 years old on a construction site still working. They don't even have those type of people no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My dad
So
was a father for the hood. Like, he would take all my friends and feed them. He would champion my friends like they father should. You know, A lot of my friends to this day be like, "Hey, your dad, man, he was the illest dad back in the days, bro."
That's what's up, man. We need more of that.
Home is where the heart is, and when somebody can feel like they at home with you, that's where they
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like,
and that's what we do.
And I had a lot of my friends that I grew up with. I'm born and raised in North Philly. All right. So if anyone knows North Philly, you know North Philly. Like a lot of my friends didn't have dads. So my dad was acting dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of my friends, like when my dad passed away, all the guys that I grew up with that didn't really have their dads around, they were the pallbearers because he was like their dad. And I'm talking, there was all type of, it wasn't just white, black, Puerto Rican, Asian. No, it was a whole United Nations of pallbearers because that's who my dad was. He opened his door to everybody. My mom, same thing. She's a saint. You know what I'm saying? Like these people open a door they gave me the platform to start all this. You know what I'm saying? When I was 13 years old, there's not too many dads or moms that's going to be like, yeah, you can have 33% of the house because they gave me the basement at 13 years old. I have no money contributed to the home whatsoever. And my dad said, hey, you can have the basement. Go down there and bang your brains out with the music. That's what he used to always say. You go bang your brains out with the music. And then we went downstairs and just create it. But I didn't understand at 13 years old what I understand now as a 42-year-old man. And I look back on it and say, man, he gave me 33% of his home. Not, you know what I'm saying? Not his clubhouse, his home.
Yeah.
You got a first floor, a second floor, and a basement. He gave me 33% of his home to go chase my dream.
Yeah.
This is why I can't stop making music.
Yeah.
So it's a difference between me and other people out there when people say, oh, he's still making, no. You don't understand why I'm still making music after 27 years, 28 years, 29 years, so forth and so forth and so forth. And it's because of the fact that I owe it to him to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like music doesn't have a finish line. What you're doing doesn't have a finish line. The books you're writing does not have a finish line. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, there is no finish line. You have to keep going because if it ain't you doing it, you can't expect the other person to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, we good?
Yes, everything's perfect.
Okay.
We live, y'all.
I'm just helping my mom out.
Okay.
I wanted to piggyback off of what you were saying as far as what Platinum was saying, like, God only knows what you can handle. And I did go through a phase of just being completely transparent. Was I feeling, my child? I really did go through that. Only because I think in the beginning I had no, and I think you can agree with this. Like in the beginning, there's no blueprint on how to raise your child.
No.
And then there's definitely no blueprint on what do you do if your child is diagnosed with something? How do you handle that? How do you handle not just the financial end of it, the emotional weight of it, and feeling like trying to it felt like rebuilding a relationship with Levi because I didn't know how to connect with him at that moment. Like no one knows what that feels like to, if you have a child that is neurotypical, because we don't use the word normal, we say neurotypical, which means that your child is developing at the appropriate ages that they're supposed to develop. So, if you're used to your kid just talking when they're 2, 3, 4, that age bracket, it was complete silence up until he was almost like 5.
Wow.
And like the first, phrase he said to me was, I love you. To hear that for the first time when he was like 4.5, and just like, I cried, but it was like, it's an emotional roller coaster. That if people meet me now, and I'm not trying to make this about me, but like, if people who have met me now, they don't understand what it was like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and I'm very transparent on the things that I had to battle as a mom, a single parent, at the time, and understanding what I needed to do for Levi. But I was fighting against being a leader for other people. Like and you can resonate with that. It's a lot because people have higher expectations because they see what you're doing. And I don't do any of this for anybody else but for the child that I brought into this world. And you know me. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And you know that I don't do all of this. It's all through my actions of how I am as a parent. You see that in 4K every single day. But I I was like almost pushing back with people constantly like hitting me up, asking me questions, or, oh, I seen, your son at this, that, and I'm just like, why can't y'all just do it? And then what you just said, everyone is not built like you. You can't expect you and everybody else, right? Everyone don't have the drive to be like, Eric, so yeah, I seen, you got the basketball clinics. Let me sign my son up. Some people won't even do that.
Yeah.
Right, and that's
You
the
know
thing.
what I'm
Like he
saying?
kept going.
Yeah.
Like you
It's
just
a
said,
lot.
like you
Yeah.
said earlier, like people get discouraged. They throw in the towel. You didn't
Yeah.
get discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
look at
going.
Yeah.
any successful person ever
Mm-hmm.
never gave up.
Right.
You look at like a Walt Disney guy started in a garage.
Yeah.
A garage. Now he's charging $280 to walk in the door, and that's an infant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kid don't even know he's there.
Yeah.
And it's
Not even gonna remember
$280.
it. The memory, not even gonna remember it.
They ain't gonna remember. Right.
Yeah.
It's $280 to just walk in the door. You haven't even bought nothing.
Yeah.
That started in a garage.
Yeah.
So everything has to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be the first. Well, not even the first, but I'm sure I'm gonna be one of many to say that I appreciate what you're doing.
Appreciate
You know what I'm
that.
saying? Because there's probably people out there that want to do it but don't know how.
Right.
Maybe they don't have the guts to do it.
Yeah.
They don't want to go in that room, and argue for it. Maybe they're nervous. Maybe if public speaking is not their thing.
Mm-hmm.
You might go in there and own it.
Mm-hmm.
You might be like, oh wait, there's what? How many 1,000? Bring another 1,000. I got a lot to say today.
Yeah.
And some people get nervous with that. But see, someone like you're going to walk in, you're going to own it. And then that's where the autism community needs someone like you.
Well, you see the vision, you feel the vision, and then you live the vision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're doing. You seen the vision. It took for you to see it, to not give up. You felt it. It took for you to feel it, to understand why you was doing it. And now you're living proof, brother. So, man, let's clap it up for my brother for that one.
And just piggybacking off of that, I still don't consider myself a seasoned speaker or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just stayed to what I stay in my lane.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Can I say something real
Sure
quick?
thing.
A person probably never did CPR a day in their life. They see that man down on the floor, and he's whatever they think they can do, they
Yeah,
do it.
he
He
just jumped
saved
in.
that man's
Yeah.
life. You don't need to be a veteran
yeah.
or seasoned, my brother.
Yeah,
It's your effort, and it's
Mhm.
what the big picture is about. Your big picture is the everything. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
And that goes to the parents. Like her and I, like you didn't just wake up and be an author. I didn't wake up to get like these signs. We were just like, all right, we just pounding the pavement on our calls, right?
Yeah, I think like
And then-
and I didn't mean to cut you.
No, I was done.
The foundation of it is, and I want to shout out Levine, Michelle,
Icy Lee.
Icy. Let me just give a special shout out to Icy Lee. Icy Lee, I met her. Levi was about 2.5, and she was working for Spin. And I remember seeing family support group meetings popping up on social media. And you got to remember, this is, Levi was just, diagnosed, getting, services and all that stuff. And I was like, I have never been to a support group, anything. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm walking into. I don't know these people. I'm going to share with the group. I don't like doing that when I was in school. You want me to do this with strangers as an adult for free? And I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I go in there and I'm hearing stories. And I remember it was something that I needed at that moment because I bust out crying. Because I felt like the first time, and I'm trying not to cry now, but it was the first time that I felt like I felt seen as a parent. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm just trying not to get emotional. It just
That's all
it
good.
just brought
That's
me back.
real.
Like
That's real.
people that have an impact on your life, you just like people always say you don't forget what people say, but you'll never forget how they make you feel.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll never forget how she made me feel in that space where I didn't have family that was like understanding at that time. I had to build my village. You're part of my village. You're my part of my foundation too. Like I'm not going to exclude you. You're very much part of my village and the foundation for Levi. And you mean so much to him. And I'm definitely saying this on live, but you mean so much to him, without me trying to cry.
Shout out. Yeah.
It's important that, how much he shows up for my son.
Yeah.
And, that it's important just to have stand-up men who love kids unconditionally when they didn't have to, and you do that effortlessly.
Yeah, it's a shout. And you know what, man?
He's a good kid, man. I love him.
Because I did it.
And you and I, we had this conversation. Icy Lee, I spoke to her one day last week, and we had a heartfelt moment, right? Yeah. And I shared a lot of the misconception is that because we took a step beyond, right, and we doing what we do, they think we're exempt from feeling what anybody else would feel. Absolutely. At the end of the day, I'm a parent, you're a parent.
Right.
Our struggles, our fights, they're right with the next person.
Right.
Just because we did this thing that's gaining notoriety, don't mean we got it all together.
Right. Exactly.
Don't mean that I don't ball up in the corner and cry some days.
You're not still listening, brother.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that part gets so lost
my brother.
in our communities. And then unofficially, you carrying the whole torch. Icy Lee, Yvonne, Michelle, me, Jamil, Derek, and all of them. Like, it's a handful of us that look like us that can relate.
Right.
But we're still parents at the end of the day.
Right.
Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, Elijah at 27 probably has a first grade education, if I can gauge it myself. His socialization, he works a job. He catches 2 buses. He's a #1 ranked tennis player in the state of.
Yeah.
He was just playing at the U.S. Open.
There you go.
Now
What?
it's coming up.
Hold on.
U.S. Open. Are you hearing this? The U.S. Open?
Yeah,
Hey,
I was
man.
there in August. It was just amazing. But just to see that part, and then as much as I want to do it on the strength of him, not just saying where he is, but then when we put stuff out, you show your book and whatever, then then everything that we go through in a day is lost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then we're still at the end of the day, we balling up trying to figure out what's the best X and O for Levi.
Yeah.
What's the best X and O for Elijah?
Right.
And all of those other people that I mentioned, we're still in the same boat.
And to piggyback off of that, you know, the hardship of being a trailblazer is you got to be the first one to go through that dark tunnel and light that match, and you don't know where your journey is going to take you.
And you got to pull from within.
Right. And people behind you, they're like, oh, keep going, but we're still going through the unknown because our kids are still going through a journey.
Yeah.
You know
Is anybody else still stuck on the fact that he said the U.S. Open? Because I'm stuck right now. Like, I don't know if anybody knows.
You
Like,
can't say certain things like that and not give it no value.
The U.S. Open?
Yeah.
This isn't like something at Fairmount Park.
Yeah.
This is not like, he did this. No.
He's going global.
Open?
So to piggyback off of that, when did he start playing tennis?
So he started when he was 9.
Okay.
So I was one of those dads, my whole family, like I grew up playing basketball.
Okay.
And I was like, I got to get him into something. Basketball season was months down. I looked on Special Olympics website. It was tennis. Let me try it. Got him into tennis at 9. This when Modell's was open.
Mm-hmm.
He liked it in 2 hours. Went to Modell's, bought a racket, bought a bunch of tennis balls. He never stopped playing.
Wow.
And he was going at so we played. So Special Olympics, after like 10 years of like trying to get him on a higher level, we made it through the spring games, which is at Penn Charter. The regionals was at Kutztown. And then the summer games was at Penn State. So he's the first one that won a singles and doubles and gold. And then we wound up meeting.
Okay, Elijah, I see you.
We don't have to say clap it up for that.
Yeah.
So we met Loretta Claiborne. Loretta Claiborne, I think she's from like Bucks County.
Uh-huh.
So she's African American. I think she's like 82 or 83. She won the gold medal in the World Olympics in Berlin, Germany.
Wow.
So her and Elijah met, and we trying to work on this story from one gold medalist to the next. So Elijah in 2027 is projected to go to Santiago, Chile for the World Games in tennis. So
And there it is.
yeah.
Are you hearing this right now? The U.S. Open.
Hey, y'all, listen.
The world. What?
Yo, when this first started, y'all thought we had a regular person on the couch.
No.
Thought it was a regular person on the couch, guys.
I don't surround myself with just regular people.
What? But from the people, from these people, they looking at it. We deal with like other type of people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In our field, so we got rappers and we got like singers and producers and video guys. Man, listen, this right here is special. You understand?
You see this? This is levels,
so
guys.
Please
There's
remember,
levels. There's
don't
levels.
judge no book by its cover. If you don't know somebody, the best thing to do is find out.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Before you F around and find out. And it might be the wrong way.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, this is like
Appreciate
very
you.
good information. I definitely learned some stuff today.
Yeah.
And then seeing y'all feelings towards these situations, like that really hit me the most, you know?
Yeah, it really brought it
What y'all
home.
gotta go through on the outside of this that has nothing to do with what they know is what really just hit me. Like, I'm listening to my sis and I'm feeling her pain. I'm just like, and I could tell she's serious about it. She's like, so I definitely got to give kudos to you for everything that you got to go through that we don't even know about, sis.
Appreciate
And
it.
you also, my brother, and, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And even you with Gio, you understand what I'm saying? Whatever it is that's difficult for us as parents and we handling it and we ain't complaining and we coming to the table again and we pulling out the seat for our family members, man, that's what matters right now.
Yeah, it's all about the time and the
yeah,
effort.
man.
you
Yeah,
know?
and I'll leave with this. There's a motivational quote that keeps me going, right? And it's by Dr. Cornel West. And the quote is, you can't lead the people if you don't love the people. You can't save the people if you don't serve the people. So what good is it if you don't care about them basically, and you don't do something about it, to what you were saying. We can talk about it all day long. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, I want to do this, but until we actually care for the population that we live with on a daily, that we want to see get to this other place, and if we don't do nothing about it, then that's our negligence right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my motivation when everything, all hell break loose, the tears flow, the moments in the corner, the insomnia, the dietary issues, all of that other stuff that people don't get a chance to see.
Right.
Then I got to kind of pull it back and be like, yo, let's all right, take a break.
Yeah.
And then writing grants for $500,000, multiple ones, like that's a grind. That's a mental grind right
Sure
now.
it is.
No joke,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Brother.
What we can do with this to bring it back to our communities.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah opened that door up with the U.S. Open. For him, it was an activity. For me, it's a business trip. Who can I meet?
Absolutely.
USTA is one of our sponsors now.
I'm still stuck on the U.S. Open.
Oh,
just so you know, I'm still
That was
processing
an
it.
amazing experience. And then to see, regardless of if it was Elijah or not, to see that young, there was a whole combine. The first day we got there was a combine. And I'm looking at the time schedule. We checked into it on Penn State because we stayed in the dorms. We went out to the national court. And it was like a 5-hour combine. That's NFL. That's NBA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this can't be. Maybe they just put the time. Maybe they ain't going to do all. They put him through 5.5 hours. It was 90 something degrees out there. And he was battling through. With that, they give you assessment of where your ranking will be.
Mm-hmm.
Then you kind of go through the rest of the day. Then the next day, it's all competition.
Oh my God.
So he went through the circuit like it was.
Oh, he went through the gauntlet.
He had so much heart.
Yeah, and then the day of the finals, they started playing on a main court. It started raining, and so they had to stop it. But they went to an indoor. It was about it was a field house. It was about 100 degrees, and he was down in his sets.
Mm-hmm.
Tennis, you can't say, "Hey, listen, call timeout," and you go coach him. You got all figure it out. He was down a couple of sets. He rallied back for a tie and he won. And I didn't even know he won. And I was like, wait, because Elijah, he doesn't understand the verbal interpretation of it. He just go and play. So after that, I asked the judge, and one of his coaches, I was like, well, who won? He was like, Elijah did. And I was like, wait, Elijah, you won? He was like, yeah. I said, what you want? He said, I want to get a hamburger. Because they gave lunch out.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, how authentic is that? I'm sharing, I'm this.
Right.
So, I'm hungry. He's pouring with sweat.
Right.
It was a 2-hour match.
Right.
So when's the movie come out?
So we're actually working on an e-doc.
I know.
Yeah.
Because the way you're explaining it,
Yo,
I hear
this
the
is
Rocky
heavy,
music
bro. This is
playing.
heavy.
Yo, this is a movie, bro.
Yeah.
I can see the rain coming. It's like, oh
Yeah,
no, but you still got to go out there. He's still playing.
Yeah, and I'm just
oh
saying,
man,
I'll
this is
show
a
you all the
movie.
footage after this. not the verification of what I'm saying is true, but just the moment, man. It was and I was just so happy for him.
Yeah.
And then he plays basketball, with Special Olympics, right? So he plays, in fact, they start Monday. So he'll practice with them every Monday all the way up and through March. And then with you can only play one sport per season. Then March, he doesn't participate in a tournament. He goes and plays tennis. So his team made it up there too. And it was so cool. When we didn't play, we went to see them play basketball. When they wasn't playing, they was right on the tennis court, like cheering him.
That's
the
so movie.
Dope.
That is the movie.
It was so dope. Like,
that is the movie. Disney, are you hearing this? Somebody pass this along to Disney.
He's actually living a dream.
Well, Loretta Claiborne,
he's living a dream.
Disney did a movie on Loretta Claiborne. It's called the Loretta Claiborne story. This was years ago.
Okay.
So we kind of, we talk offline about it. It can't, but yeah, something is in the works.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Dream, bro, without knowing he's living a dream.
So who's going to play you in the movie?
I don't know, man.
Who would you like to see play you in the movie?
I don't
Lorenz
know.
Tate, man. We're going to go get Lorenz Tate, man.
I can see that.
Let me call Lorenz real quick and tell Lorenz I need you real quick. My brother,
We need you for an EGOT.
He got something special.
See, I would always think about that growing up. Like if I was like that, somebody was making a movie, like who plays me? Who plays me in the movie?
I've seen it in him already because I got that feeling already when I first seen him. I get like it's like, I don't know. One of my favorite movies is him when he was with Jada Pinkett or whatever. What's that movie called? All right. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is the way that
Set it off.
Nah. What is it called? He had the crazy
Set it off
brother.
is
He had the
movie,
crazy
though.
brother. They had the bro from Naughty by Nature was in the movie too. He was getting on the bus with the girl and driving somewhere. What is?
Yeah, we had to figure that one out.
Yeah,
Jason's lyric.
Jason's lyric.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother, because I did not want to go out like that. Thank you, my brother.
I'm sorry, I had to go through the Rolodex.
Yeah,
I'm like, come on, where is it?
Yeah, that was good.
He had a real heartfelt for his family in that movie,
Right.
and,
And it was a good movie too.
Yeah.
Movie that's definitely
He
not
Good
was
storyline.
Yeah, he was riding for his mom and his family.
Yeah. All good.
But shit, man.
Yeah, well, we definitely appreciate you for coming. The last thing I just want to say is just continue just being who you are, Eric, which you can tribute to the community. We will be seeing you in January because Levi, he's been watching.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire.
Yeah,
The basketball.
I like
we'll
his
talk
passion
offline. There's
behind
some
it.
things
Yeah,
I
I'm
might ask
excited.
you as far as sports is concerned.
Yeah.
But is there any last things you want to tell people?
First, shout out to you all.
Thank you,
and I
bro.
told you always, like, I only want to be a part of stuff if it could be a mutual benefit,
Right.
right? If I
Right.
can't extend myself to you,
Mm-hmm.
just as I asked her, like, to be a guest of mine, the interview and the interviewee,
Right.
and just the regular community stuff. Like,
Right.
I'm like the OG, like I got y'all back,
Yeah.
and the only way we gonna get it. So you wanted me to mention, I'm a panelist at Empathy Tech. It's it's a conference for unique abilities, and I'm one of the panelists with Jamil Owens, Icy Lee Baskerville. I forgot the young lady. She's opened up, I think I might get this wrong, a sensory museum in Delaware and Wilmington.
Oh wow!
So it's at the link, November 19th. It's a free conference. I'll make sure you all get the link.
Yeah.
But that's one platform, and I'm pitching my app hopefully during the pitch competition for startups.
Okay.
But that's one way to get us into the door,
Right.
so we can kind of make our voices heard.
Right.
Collectively, we can kind of figure out what the next thing will be. Jamila and I, we was at an award ceremony Thursday. I think it was Thursday.
Nice.
Everybody was in the front. We was in the back talking about, yo, how we going to get there?
Right.
Because that need to be us.
Yeah.
We need to be with them 8-9 figure folks. Because when they hear our story, it's just going to blow the doors off everything.
Right.
So, yo, let's go rent our own space and invite our own people.
There it
invite
is.
them philanthropic dollars to come in.
Right.
Because they need to hear. Like, they can hear from me till I'm blue in the face.
Right.
But you could bring a home for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
Because that's how we are. That's how we going to get
There's
there.
a reason the Phillies have a closer.
Yeah.
You gotta have someone to bring in close.
So we start bringing
Bring
it
it
home.
home.
Network, man, we going to make it happen. So I appreciate you. I got you.
appreciate
You
that.
know, yeah, we gonna keep this train on the track.
Yeah.
There it is.
2026 gonna be one of like the best years.
Absolutely.
Year
I
22.
just said
You
that.
know, I was with somebody in the airport.
We just talked about
I
that,
just
bro.
said that.
I was with somebody in the airport, and he was like, "Yo, I know you because I wear, you know, you got promote what you
Gotta
do."
promote.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yo, I got one of them shirts." I said, "You do?" He was like, "Yeah, I saw this online and whatever. How you get it?" And I didn't say like that. I came up with it, so I was like, "All right." And he was like, "Wow, the person that did it reminds me of DJ Khaled." So I was like, "Now you piqued my interest, right? The unique ability. So how? Tell me how." He was like, "You know the story of DJ Khaled. He was a DJ in New Orleans.
Right.
He DJ'd for over 2 decades, and then now he's starting to get his prop. DJ Khaled didn't just pop up like that.
Right.
Sure.
He paid his dues, found the payment,
Right.
and the lady said, whoever that guy is that created that shirt, I would love to meet him someday." So I was like, all right, cool. Got on a flight, coming back. So right after that, I had some stuff in my bag, gave her a rubber band, gave her a shirt, and I was like, excuse me. And I was like, yeah, she already had a Pia shirt because she knew what it stand for. So I was like, can you tell me like your relation to Pia? She was like, yeah, my grandson has autism. And I was like, all right, cool. Here you go. I said, get this to your grandson. I said, it's something for you. And I just wrote her like a thank you and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I said, oh yeah, until she got off the plane. And I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm the one that started Pia. Oh my God. She hugged and she was like, yo, that's crazy. Like her son,
Right.
3,000 miles away, reach out to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
I don't need money for that. Like,
You gave her a moment with the end.
she was like,
You
oh my
walked it
God.
down.
So we got out. She
Definitely
was
walked
like,
it
oh my
down. Walked
God,
it down.
Frankie, that's the autism man. that's the autism God. Like,
Yeah.
you helped me. And I
Wow.
finally met this dude that was following us for 7 years.
Wow.
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 And I only know him from emails or when we do
Right.
stuff in the website.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this was like a full moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And every time we come up with a product, they buy it.
That's so dope. I love that.
That's their new clothing line. It
Yeah,
represents
But
them.
we put the
Absolutely.
book on there too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we just do our own e-commerce. We could build our own stuff. We
Right.
got this.
Right.
We got that.
Right.
Who gonna tell us no?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Exactly, brother.
Exactly.
I like that, yo.
Yeah.
Clap
Thank
it
you.
up
Thank
for
you,
that
guys.
one. That
Yeah,
motivation
you're
is amazing.
supporting us. We really
Yeah,
appreciate
we
it.
gotta support each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
Counting it up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna tune out right now. But the thing is, Eric, one more time for the audience, please. Your name, where they can find you, any type of information you want to give it out. Let it be known. Disrespectful TV, Eric. The floor is yours.
Yeah. So thank you all for viewing this. Eric Williams, social media, IG, PEEA98, website, PEEA.org. Facebook, Eric Williams. You know the rest.
There it is.
Appreciate it. Make some noise.
Thanks again, man.
Yeah.
We out. Disrespectful
Look,
TV. Let's get them.
This one feel good, man. You know.
Let's get them.
Big go up here. Let's get it go. Out making money, now I'm counting it up. Yeah, I'm counting it up. They ain't really believe, now they counting on us. Yeah, they counting on us. Out getting to it, just counting it up. Just counting it up. When they in need, they be counting on us. They be counting on us. They counting on